Morenike Molehin, and I'm the founder and CEO of Odutola. Odutola is an interior design company founded in Nigeria and available to serve people across the world.
Hi, my name is Odutola, wife to Bola Odutola, grandma to two amazing granddaughters, a spiritual and a businesswoman and a pastor's wife. I would say I give God all the glory. It's been God and God, because parenting is not, you can't do it all by yourself. You can't give the glory to yourself. I believe there are mothers who are far better than me. And like I said, it's all God and God alone. And one thing that has helped me over the years is I keep learning every day. I keep, going online. And I have decided myself, because I think it's just God and God alone. And looking at where Rennie's generation is quite different from the Gen Z of now that we have now. And even with that as well, because my daughter is almost the last of this, and God has really, really helped me compared to when Rennie was younger. And one thing I noticed with the younger ones is they're not ready to enter your world. You are the one that will fly and drown in the world. So, and you have to be patient, and you have to keep asking God for wisdom. So I return all the glory back to God. That's just the summary, yes. What I would tell parents is just the early stage in any building, the foundation is key. You have to be a little bit stricter when they are younger, but the moment they get to the age of 10, 11, advice to parents, particularly mothers, is just be intentional about being their friend, that's all. The moment you're their friend, they'll be able to open up to you. I had issues one or two that I had to be more wiser when they were younger. Looking back now, I would say I really want to thank God as well. Number one, as mothers, you just have to be their friends. That's the major thing. That's the summary of it. And you must be intentional about it, yes.
I would say that, just writing off of what she said, and, it's just been God's grace. I would also add that communication as well. Even now that I'm married, and I'm married going to 12 years, Mom and I try to talk almost every day. In fact, I feel like I'm the one that is a bit too busy. But before, we used to talk non-negotiable every day, and we talk for over an hour. But while I was younger, I remember an instance where I think I was in my second level, and my mom was already pushing that I had a boyfriend, and it's not common because I was like 17, right? And most parents are like, face your studies, go to school, that's what we said for. My mom was open and say, let's see the person that you're dating, at least if the person is okay, we'll be able to guide you, that kind of. So I was open, and I was always even saying no. But when I eventually now said, okay, let me go have this boyfriend, and I think that maybe 6 months or a year or something, we then broke it off, right? So I was crying, and it was my mom that said, no, don't worry. Even me too, this was how I handled my own breakup too, and then we laughed over it. She abused the boy, and it was just so funny at the time. But I was so happy that I had my mom to share that with. I didn't go looking for a friend that would misguide me, or someone that would just take me off the tangent. It could have gone worse from there, but she was able to manage that, and that's what I'm also looking forward to with my daughter as well. I'm already asking her questions, and also just trying to be in her world and let her know that it's okay for her to tell me anything. I want you to tell me anything first before you even tell your friends, and that way I can guide. I know that there will be some things that she will tell me, and first of all it will hit me, but I will just have to be able to manage it, and then control, and then give her the motherly advice, because I would know better than she does. And I would thank my mom for giving me that opportunity and letting me be able to experience that. We laugh all the time, we share. There's nothing I cannot tell my mom, just that I try. And that's why for my marriage I try not to now tell her things about my husband, because it's very easy to be able to just start talking, but we have that thin line
boundary.
That boundary where I don't. But if you leave it to me, I can tell her anything. This is how many times we do it. This is the thing. I can tell her she's open to it. She won't be telling me some things, and then, mommy, I don't want to hear. So I really love that relationship. But when you're naked with one another, like not in the sense of like physical nakedness. There's secrets will not be. So, you won't have secrets, you're comfortable, you can share, you're confident, and then you'll just be guided. I think that for me, that's the take out. When I was like 10, 11, that she would talk to me unconsciously, maybe there's some things unconscious, so that when I was faced with some challenges, I knew that if I go and meet her, she would be able to answer me and guide me, and that she will not chase me, or she won't tell me that I'm a bad child and it won't beat me on top of it. So I think it's just little steps that we take. Not that it doesn't just happen like that, right? It's not that big moment that you would just go and tell somebody something. There would have been steps
to earn your trust.
And trust, yes, exactly, and trust. And thankfully, I don't think I was a problem child. I think I was very easy growing up. For me, I just wanted to do things right by God and by my parents. So it was easy. At least the fact that she requested to be friends with me on Facebook and Instagram, and I accepted. As simple as that. Because one of our child, she can't say the same thing with him.
Yes.
So I mean, like something as simple as that. Because you know how some people say, my parents cannot view my WhatsApp status. I can't even accept them to be friends with me on Instagram. It might seem very vain, but it's still part of it. But I also say that highlights, I think just sharing my wins with her, and every step, when I graduate from school, when I, was getting married, when I had my first child, I think that just those steps, right, has been, any win that I have, I'm grateful. And after my husband, I would say that my mom, is my bestest friend, and sharing my wins with my mom, and just knowing, even before I got married to my husband, who is now my best friend, but my mom has always been my best friend, right? And I'm just so grateful to her, and I'm grateful that I can share any and everything with her, and I know that I won't be judged. She would advise me, if anything, and not just that she would advise to make me feel better. If I'm wrong, if I'm in the wrong, she would let me know, right? She would correct me and let me see, even if at the time I'm not even saying it in her own way, but she would still tell me, because that is the role of a mother. And then she would then find a way as a friend to also let me see the light, right? So which I really appreciate with her. We can fight, and then but I think that my mom is like hot-blooded. Me, I'm a calm person, if you know. My mom, this minute, like, because she's a strong woman, right? And this minute, I'm just like, let me give her space. And then it's just understanding, right? Just the way you would understand your friend, you understand your spouse, and knowing that she's not a wicked mother. At that point, maybe she's even going through something, she's cranky. Just give her space. 30 minutes, 1 hour, or a day, right? And she'll be the one to even call you. And you know how African mothers are now. They'll not even make you remember that they did something to upset you in the past. But then we carry along again. So I would say that I don't know if you have anything to add to.
I think we're good to go with that. Yes.
I would say that first, as in anything in life, I would say just audit where you are right now with maybe your mom, your siblings, your friends, whoever it is that you want to have this connection with. Audit where you are, understand how important they are to you, to your life, and then begin to make gradual steps towards having that beautiful bond with them. And it can be as simple as either scheduling to call them intentionally every day, or you can say, okay, one day is too much, it's overwhelming for me. I can do 3 times or 4 times in a week. But remember that communication is the lifeline and, in fact, bloodline of any relationship. If you don't communicate, there's no way your hearts will drift apart. So be intentional. You're not just talking. You can also say, let's have, especially now, with adulthood, with where everything is. Sometimes, if you're lucky and blessed to be in the same states with your mom or with your siblings, but I'll just stick to mom now. You can, me and her, we have lunch dates, we go see a movie, we go for spa dates, we try as much as possible to just, if anything, if you know me, enjoyment is my core value. So and then shoot enjoyment is also our core value as well. So we just meet, right there. So we just try, and thankfully we are both in Lagos. So we will do that call and just be in each other's space as much as we can. Just enjoying the memory, because at the end of the day, no matter how much you're making, no matter the projects and contracts that you're chasing, family would always be important and be number one. For me, family is very, very important.
I remember, I think about 1.5 years ago, my last baby, like I told you, she's the Gen Z, and
She's not a baby. She will not accept you calling her baby.
It's my last one. Baby is a baby. I remember, I thought about 1.5 years ago, she was doing a master's in UK, and I felt, kids are naturally quite different. They're not the same way. And I felt I wasn't a bit closer to her at that age. So I decided to take, and that was during COVID. It wasn't convenient for me. It wasn't what I would have done normally. And I said to myself, let me just go. And she was staying in one room, very small room in the UK, and I said to myself, the reason I was going is just I wanted to be close to her. I wanted to know more about her, just be her friend. And I was with her for about 2 weeks. And at the end of the day, when I was going back to Nigeria, she said, Mommy, I need your prayers, pray along with me. I know I've not really gotten there, but I'm a work in progress. And I believe with God, we're far better. Parenting with Rennie, compared to the last baby, it's quite not the same. But when you're intentional about something and when you're determined, it might take a little longer. Don't be discouraged as a mother. They're quite different. And don't ever compare your first with the second or with the last. Children are generally very different. Just study where her strength is, and I've learned to know that she's a very private person. So once in a while, I just intentionally go into her room, sit on her bed. She doesn't like it, but just for me to just be a friend, And I keep asking her, when are you bringing the guy home? And now I know she doesn't like it, so I've learned to slow down. Or like Rennie, and we're getting somewhere. And I believe by God's grace, we have such interview like this, by the grace of God.
Amen.
Amen.